Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mel7 Gaming. We're back with some more MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries with the MercTech mod, as well as 330's Pilot Overhaul, and I am having a spectacular time. I just finished recording the last couple episodes and getting them uploaded, so it's time to do a little bit of recording today before class. So, you can see we've got a couple of things going. We need to kill one more Commando. We need to collect a Locust, an Urban Mech, and Javelin. Those are going to be harder. We might have to go back to some lower level missions, see if we can do that. But first, we've got some reasonable news. Last time, I kind of went all in and got Black Knight, even though it wasn't a very good idea. But it worked out for us. And since then, we have managed to... I told you we'd do a few more missions, and I did. And we had the opportunity to purchase a Warhammer fairly quickly. He was in pretty decent shape. It was, again, one of those where I went to see a hero mech and I couldn't afford the hero mech. But he was kind of in the 9 to 12 million range. I don't remember what it was. And again, by selling everything off, including the Panther that we had, we were able to get just enough to pick up this Warhammer. And I haven't changed much on him. I think I got rid of maybe a small laser on the head. No, we still have all those. I haven't done anything to him. He is exactly as he was. As far as setup goes, it looks like. I didn't really change anything. It does have Artemis. Does it actually, though? I mean, it says Artemis. Oh, I took a machine gun off. It was a machine gun I took off. Machine gun and half a ton of ammo. Just to get a little bit more armor. We're still not quite maxed. We still got a little bit more to go. So we've got SRM Artemis. Yeah, we definitely do. So there's the fire control system, and then you have to have the ammo. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now we actually get a lock with it, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't do much else with him. Double heat sinks. You can see he's all filled up, right? We've got ferrofibrous armor. He's got a Type C heat sinks at the moment with a 280 and double cooling. So that's him. And I've really enjoyed playing it. I'll be honest with you. I don't normally enjoy... I really like the Warhammer. The Warhammer, the Riflemen are probably my two favorite mechs. They were the mechs that were my introduction to Battle Mech. I found figures at the local drugstore in the small town I grew up in for Warhammer, for BattleTech, for no apparent reason. Never heard of it before, never saw anything. We didn't have anime. You have to understand, this is before the internet. Really, you know, before computers. Not per se. I think my buddy maybe had a Commodore, and well, no, I think this is before that. I might have had a Tandy at that point. So there was none. In small town Montana, you didn't have a lot of access to this type of thing. And by the time I got to high school, then all of a sudden, you know, I was into Dungeons and Dragons, and the tabletop game came out, and I saw where those games fit in. But those are my two favorite mechs because they were my introduction to BattleTech, and also my introduction to anime and giant robots, just in general, period. Full stop. I do tend to like mechs that have guns for arms instead of arms. I just think it's a cooler aesthetic. Why waste that? I don't need hands very often on one of those things. I think it's cool. And then right below that, I like chicken walkers. You know, your locusts, your ravens, your stalkers, your catapults, stuff like that, right? So, really happy to get this. We've given it a paint scheme. Pretty happy with that. So that's him. I've played a few missions in him. Not a horrible amount, but maybe three. Anyway, as I was saying, normally, as much as I love that mech, I don't generally like playing them in first-person shooter type like MechWarrior because the arms are too low. MWO, the same thing. The arms are too low. I really have trouble with them. But for whatever reason, I've really enjoyed this one. It's really clicked for me. I've had a great time playing it. And so normally it's one of those that you're like, yay, I got a Warhammer. And then I let one of the co-pilots run it. Much like we did with the Centurion earlier. And much like I've been doing with the Black Knight. Now, I have, in theory, worked on my mouse, by the way, so now I've got some more... I changed mice. I got a Corsair Dark Claw, Iron Claw. And it's got more buttons, so... Or one more button, anyway, that I could remap. So we've got one more button there, so we can handle one more weapon system, hopefully. We'll see if the remap works. Anyway, so, Warhammer. Happy. Super happy. Very last mission, we happened to headshot, again, dual PPCs... we got a nice headshot in there, and I was able to actually have the salvage for it. So we just picked up this Hunchback. I haven't run it. I haven't done anything with it. I was just getting to a point where I was beginning to get tired of the Centurion. He loses an arm a lot. Zombie Centurions are great. They don't die very often, but their most expensive weapon system is exposed. It's in the arm, right? And that arm gets blown off on a regular basis. We've done really well. I've only lost a couple AC-10s on this so far, but they're just, the idea is great. A big shield arm that you can hide behind, right, and then you pop out and you shoot with is great. Except it's really hard to use that, and the shield arm doesn't have any more armor than anything else on this thing. So it doesn't, it's not really a shield arm. It's just another weak arm that disappears quickly and has to be replaced and leads directly into this. Realistically, these should be here, right? And then this side should be your shield, right? So you can walk in, turn, take your shots. The other thing, because they've turned the AC-10 into a rapid fire low damage rather than a single fire high damage, it means you can't turn, take your shot, and duck. You have to stay on target with it, which really defeats the entire purpose of this setup on the Centurion. It's a cool game design, but it means you can't play a Centurion like a Centurion is supposed to be played, where you duck, you pop up, you take your big one heavy nasty shot, and then you go back to ducking till your gun's ready, and then you can do that again. You can't do that in that because they just changed the way the gun works. They went for rapid firing because it's fun, it's more engaging, but it breaks the Centurion. So I was already just getting to a point where I wasn't super happy with the Centurion, and we've got a lot of matches with this. We've got like something like 27, 28 matches our pilot does with this. But I really like to use it as a brawler. You saw when I changed it to a sniper, hoping to hold her back a little bit, use that AC-10 and those LRMs, and maybe be a little bit more survivable. So this just kind of drops into our lap. This is very much more of a brawling mech. It's a smaller mech. It's harder to hit. It's harder to see over the hills. It still has an AC. It's got an AC 105. Let's go ahead and pull up the loadout real fast. We'll leave it here for a second. It's got 2 LRM-5s and 4 medium lasers and that. So the 4 medium lasers alone make it a much heavier hitter than the Centurion, right? Because it's an AC-10, an LRM-10, right? And then 2 medium lasers in the CT. The zombie CTs are great. Centurion is much, much more survivable long-term than this is. The hunch goes, it's hosed, right? Centurion, you got 2 zombies. Like, it will last forever. That's its strength. Unfortunately, like I said, we've nerfed its other strength, the AC changes. So I think the 4 medium lasers means that this thing is going to be much more useful. And we could take out the LRMs and put in some SRMs if we wanted to make it even more of a brawler. And I might do that. I might. How much ammo do we have? Do we have 2 tons? 1 ton. Might go LRM-5 with half a ton and an SRM with another half a ton. Let's see what we got. I like that idea. Build philosophy, by the way. Somebody commented on learning a lot about how Baradul builds stuff. Baradul has a channel for MWO where essentially he makes new, well, it doesn't have a channel. He's got a series where he makes new builds every day, you know. And so he plays with this stuff a little bit more. I'm sure he's thought about it a lot more. My build philosophy has essentially come back from tabletop. And they haven't changed a lot. I don't strip all the armor off. This is not enough armor on the back here. I like about 25%, maybe 20% of my armor on the back. In there, I like nice round numbers, right? So if we put 10 on out of that, I still think that's a little bit. I'm going to go for 12. I want to be able to take a hit from an AC in the back and not instantly be crit and gone. So that's the first bit of my philosophy. And I'm kind of okay. Let's put 1 here. We'll go 16 out of that. So I'm not a strip all the armor off the back. I know a lot of you are. I hear comments about it. Not in every video, but in every series I get 2, 3, 4 people that are like, you have way too much armor on the back. You should never put armor on the back. A Raven should be able to sneeze on you from the rear and kill you instantly. That's not my philosophy for exactly that same reason. Helicopters and Igors can pop up the hill at any moment in this game and absolutely destroy you. And will. And if you're the type that doesn't mind just reloading the save over and over again, then yeah, sure, you know, go that route. I'm not. And I don't have a problem reloading if things go wrong, to be honest. But when I play for this, that's not the goal. We want to be able to survive. If we survive but it's expensive, then we survive but it's expensive. But we need to survive. So I like rear armor. I put ammo in the legs, generally speaking. I think that's the best place for it to go. If I lose a leg, I lose a leg. That's fine. But I don't want to lose a leg plus all of my weapons because it was here and it took the crit. Which takes us to heat sinks. I put heat sinks where there are places I want to protect. Now, I don't know exactly how crits work as far as behind the scenes where the crits go within this game. But in BattleTech, the tabletop, when you hit a section and you get a through crit, you roll to see which section gets hit, right? And each thing has a certain number of crit spots per se. It's not necessarily, as I recall, exactly equal to the number of slots it takes. Some things are more likely to be crit than others. But the more things you have in that area that can be hit with crit, the less the chance of that one getting hit. So if we were to get a crit in here, let's say each of these slots is worth 1 crit, 3 out of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 out of 11, 25% chance-ish, we'll say. It's going to be a heat sink, which we don't care about. And in this case, a couple medium lasers, right? That's a lot of cheap stuff that is just fine. And I'll keep these here. Engines are expensive here, right? We don't want to get our engines crit. We don't want to get our cooling crit. When you get into endo and ferrofibrous, again, put those crits where you can, right? Sometimes it's just you're filled everything up. You don't have a choice. They go wherever there's a space. But if you can put those in, I don't know if they're going to pull a crit out of this or not. I don't know if the ferrofibrous can be crit, if that slot does it or not. If it hits it and goes, oh, well, that slot isn't critable, and it re-rolls and picks something that is. But that's how I build it. So that's my deal. I also don't like expensive stuff out. I love medium lasers on the arms where I can go up and take out choppers or move if I have to hit something fast, but I don't really like expensive systems out where they're vulnerable. And that's kind of it. That's my entire system right there. Not complicated, I know. I have been slowly working on some stuff because I want this to be a brawler. You can see it also has battle fists. More about brawling for us. I've given it the fortified internal structure. We have that unlocked, and I just unlocked anchor turn recently as well, so I've took that on there too, so he can stop and turn and stomp a tank or throw a punch with those battle fists. And I'm real happy with that. I think I took off the small laser off of him. So that's that. That's my build, and these are 2 mechs. I've talked a lot. I have, however, flown us into where we need to be. We're in Hessian. You guys will have to help me with pronunciation on this one. I'm not sure quite how that's pronounced. It's in the future. It can be pronounced any way. Common current philosophies mean nothing as far as pronunciation goes in 3029 or whatever we're up to. We have 6 of those already, so I'm going to not worry about that. View transmission. Crimson Crusade, I'm going to ignore that. Let's jump into a contract. House Lao, it's difficulty 200. We are a little over 2. We're a touch over 200. We're not hugely heavy at this point. Let's see. They don't love us. We could get some reasonable salvage. I think we're okay. I don't think we're likely to get a mech that's super better than what we have. So I might go 3 and 3 and just get a little bit of cash to build that up. So we just repaired everything we got, so we don't have a ton of cash. And let's take that.
Commander, the
now,
sensors are malfunctioning due to the weather, and your visibility
okay, she's talking.
will be compromised as well.
Is this not going to work for us? That's interesting. We seem to have broken this. We are not getting... Oh, it's up here. Still, there's something that should be there, right? Okay. Anyway, it's nice we can click there to get that. Okay, so let's take a look at Gamble. Gamble has done 28 missions in the Centurion and is above average. So you can see right now she's getting plus 5%. Now we're going to reset this because we're not going to use the Centurion very often. We're going to definitely brawl more often with the Hunchback. So the question is, if we're going to reset her, do we want to reset her in the Hunchback, or would we rather put her somewhere else? Now, I've got Freeman over here, which is a good spot for him. He's only got 1 point so far in projectile, which is his worst of his missile systems. But he's got 17 points in there, so he's above average. He's getting the bonus now, so I'd rather not take him out. Marcus is in here because I was training Peters for his newest update, right? So if we go to barracks, Paul, excuse me. He's got 50 more days left, and you can see now he's got Death's Cousin, and that's what he's training up. So that'll be nice. But it means Marcus goes wherever we put Marcus. He doesn't care. He just kills. And you see he's got high mileage, heat management, shielding up by 2, and then he got kind of hosed on this one, only 1 on that one. Freeman, by the way, Desert Dweller, so heat management by 3, I think is the most recent one he got. And Gamble has Perfectionist now, I think is the most recent one. I don't remember how many of these you guys have seen or not seen. So anyway, that's what we got going on at the moment. I wanted to do these, but it was going to be like 170 days and 360,000 or something. We need more pilots so we can get these people trained, because right now it just takes so long. We can't afford to live without pilots. So we need more mechs, we need more pilots. One more reason to get some cash. All right, so what I'm thinking though is, let's take a look at Peters real fast, actually.
This is Dragon.
Paul, excuse me. I don't know why I call him Peters. Peter, Paul, and Mary? I don't know. His defense isn't great. He's got decent evasion, and his weapon skills are fine. But maybe just for that reason, we stick with Lieutenant Gamble as our brawler. I mean, a 10 evasion, 9 overheating, might be important in this one, and already an 11 of tanking. That's probably pretty good. That's probably what we want. This probably is the stat we're most interested in for brawling. So maybe we just keep her in mediums? Okay. I've convinced myself. So Gamble stays in there. And I can tell you, I've done 3 missions in this. This will be our 4th mission. So that's how many you've missed. And I think that's that. I guess we leave Marcus in the Black Knight for now. He's done 3 missions in it while we've been training Peters. Paul. Might just have to change his name. Yeah, let's drop.
All systems nominal.
Okay. 1 shot, 1 kill, Commander.
If only it were that easy.
And here I thought you were as good as your old man by now.
Not quite that good.
Give him hell, Commander. I'll see you on the other side.
There's a tank back here somewhere. Okay, don't know where though. Let's check. Oh, there it is. I don't know what it is though. I have given the Dervish the longer sensor as well as, which I think you guys saw, but also upgraded it to get the sensor lock stays on a little bit longer. That'll help with the LRMs. And this and the Black Knight, I've also given the internal structure bonus to. Again, we want our big mechs to kind of stay in the game for a while. These are more or less in-game mechs. I mean, we're going to get some assaults, but these are going to take us a long ways. These are mechs we may never lose.
Enemy force on radar.
Did I really just hit that tree? That tree just that leaf of that tree.
Locust.
Okay. There we go. Let's not get hit by you.
Target destroyed.
Sit back here behind this rock for a second. What do we got cruising out here?
Commander. Put them down.
Dragon reporting. Vehicle destroyed.
Right, we'll get some, I didn't do much to him, unfortunately. See, we get the,
Target acquired.
if you want to shoot at somebody too close for range, just don't target it. Somebody's shooting the crap out of me. See what I mean? You need back armor.
Dragon reporting. Reporting mech destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Can we step on this guy? There we go. Somebody's got some missiles. Get out here.
Dragon reporting. Target destroyed.
Close enough to get the LR or SRMs on him. Eats the thing. Oh, he's toast. He's toast. Let's get that. Lasers. There we go. Targeted. Perfect. Perfect. Helicopter above me somewhere. Where are you?
Near the extraction point. I'm already inbound.
Target destroyed.
Finished him. What do we got over here? Let's see if I can missile you. Oh, really?
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
What are you? Okay, let's get some guns off the table here.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Is that reinforcements landing, or is that our? That's us. Okay. Eats a thing. Can I step on you? Yes.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Ammo low.
Got you. All right.
Eliminated.
And there are a lot of guns in this one.
Target
All right. Is that mech still up? Yes, he is. Let's get a lock. Missed. I thought I was going to keep running. Trees probably ate that one. We're not close enough for missiles, but we sent them anyway. Ah, damn it. There we go. Got him. Let's get out of here. We did well. We did well. Dragon took a little bit of damage in the Black Knight. That's fine. Again, our most junior pilot, but he did just fine. Maybe not most junior pilot, but worst pilot. A Locust, which we need to turn in. So let's grab that. SRM, we'll grab that. Yeah, we can grab one of those. We can salvage it or sell it. Small engine. For 3 points, though, it's not really worth it. I mean, these are 1, right? Let's triple our money here just to get some ammo we can sell. Actually, I'll grab one of those. Again, something we can salvage. And go with that. How'd he do? Let's see. He took 229. He did 177. So that's going to hurt his ratio a little bit. Did 98, took 35, 105, 59. We did 457 and took 142. So, you know, everybody's pretty even across the board. Some fatigue, no real damage. He took 148. I took 163, but I think that's really just armor. I mean, I don't see anything that went through. I think that's fine. It's just we're expensive mechs to fix now. That should put House Lau on notice. Hopefully refugees are on the way home. Political situation, yeah. Okay. So we got a job reward. Let's turn in our Locust. Yeah, don't see anything there I care about. Did we get anything? No, we did not. All right, let's see what Rihanna has to say.
Okay, Commander. I've been informed that House Liao have retaliated because of our actions against the local government. House Marek wants us to hit back by destroying a military. They're hoping to hobble Liao.
So either a raid or a demolition? Okay. Let's go to get everything fixed. Okay. Oh, that was expensive, but we made a little bit of money off of it. So let's go home. Let's go star map? Where are we supposed to go for this? Where's that payday supposed to be? I'm confused. Oh, here it is. Accept. There we go. That point. Hey, that's good. Maybe we can get, we're supposed to collect something. Maybe we can collect that there. That'd be nice. Alright, let's see what the contract is. I've got a bunch of extended ones, but we just want this one. Up to 230 on this one. We went from 200 to 230. That's a big jump in difficulty. But it means that maybe we're going to find stuff we can salvage. So maybe we just go full salvage? I don't know that this is a good idea. I'm going to put 1 point into here. And then we'll put the rest into there. I don't know that 18 gets us anything, I'll be honest. It'll get us a mech, but whether it gets us a mech we can use or a mech we sell, I don't know. But let's go this route and get a little bit of damage, because we are expensive, as you saw last time. And let's see, is Paul still 30 more days? All right. So we keep running with what we got. I'm actually going to switch over to this. I'm going to check the, I can't, we lost the ability to change weapon loadouts there, which is a little bit annoying. So how do I want to do this?
The urban military complex is not far from here. It's mostly an administration and tactical planning compound, so I don't expect a substantial enemy force to be on site, but you never know. Just make sure to take out the main buildings housing the logistics center itself. Those are mission critical.
All right, we'll see if that works.
Copy that.
All right, get to the urban military complex. We'll see if I'm happy with the way that this... So 1 is our arm, so we can go up and shoot helicopters. 2 is just torso, right? Now, one thing it doesn't show you here, if you check your weapon loadouts from the main, from inside the ship, you can also change where weapons cross, where they hit that center point that are on your arms. Now, the reality is they're on arms. You can turn them. You can make them hit at whatever distance you want to make them hit at, right? They're not tied together. They're not out on the wings of an airplane that are fixed, and you have to tilt them in to do that. So it's kind of a silly mechanic. It doesn't make any sense at all in this situation. It's one of those things that they could do it, so they did, and it's one of those things that I would question the usefulness of. But I mean, I think there's some mechs that potentially you could. Well, no, I can't. Champion has. Are those arms that are fixed out there that can't move? Does it have any sort of? I don't know. I don't. Off the top of my head, I can't think anything where I think it's useful or makes sense within this situation. But it is there. If it's a mechanic you like, great. That's where you would set that.
This is Dragon. I have a new contact.
Can I not?
There it is.
There we go.
I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you.
All right, let's see. That did not work. I tried to set that key to 5 within the actual mouse buttons, but that didn't work. So let's see if we can go to controls and come down here to 5 and see if we can set the button there. Fire group 5. No, it doesn't see the button, which is annoying. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Tango eliminated.
Oh, we got an ammo explosion.
Our employer wants this area cleared of all tanks.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target down.
All right. We've got a mech here on the battlefield. I think I have a hard time aiming the AC with the button that I'm using.
Locust.
Good start, Commander. I'm showing major damage to the target facility.
I think the battle fist's involved here.
Oh my God! Someone help us! We're taking heavy damage. We won't survive this onslaught much longer.
I'm not fast enough to punch him. You can put some missiles on him, though.
Add one more to my kill count.
Turn around, turn around, turn around. Let's catch him here. There we go. There's the battle fists.
Target acquired.
Be advised. Dynasty unit has gone
Target
critical.
destroyed.
All right, once again. I just can't. Somebody kill him.
On the commander target.
Yep. Yep.
Dragon reporting. Reporting mech destroyed.
Thank you.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
How's everybody doing? We're in reasonably shape. I just haven't, I just couldn't catch anybody. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and flip back now to my map. Oh, I have redone
We're halfway there.
the Black Knight. Oh, look at that heat. To make it also a brawler. So we got rid of the PPC because I saw he kept trying to back up to get into PPC range. I don't want that. I want him to get in there and be smacking stuff. So large lasers, large pulse lasers in the arm, medium lasers in the torso, and then heavy hand. So we can occasionally do some additional stuff there.
Advancing mechs. Pulse and state your intentions.
Who's that?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Let's just step on him. Heat is an issue.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
One of these bastards is targeting our satellite feed. Engage.
All right, let's get in here.
It's nearly here, Commander. Just keep smashing.
Step on some stuff.
Blasted an office building.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
9, 8, 3. Should be able to finish this one here. There we go.
That should hopefully turn the tide. And finally, make House Leo rethink their policy on those refugees. Head to the extraction point. I'm on my way to pick you up.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that was nice. It was the direction we were going. Heat's really kind of an issue at the moment, so we're going to hold off on that helicopter for a second.
Heat critical.
And then I was not in a good spot for it.
Acquired.
Mission
That's fine.
success, Commander. Time to get out of here.
We did fine. I don't think we took much damage. We completed the mission. We're a little over 30 minutes, but that's because I talked too much. Alright, and we didn't get any mechs out of it. That's okay. We got a decent AC-5. LRM-10. We'll take a PPC. We're going to want some PPCs just to chop up to repair the PPCs we have. I'll grab that. I've got 6 of those. Maybe we'll grab one and then one couple SRMs we can chop up. And then just whatever else we can grab. I think we did fine. I mean, we ran this most of the time, so we did the most damage in it. I mean, so it did more damage than the Awesome did, or Awesome Warhammer did. Awesome also is right there with the Warhammer and the Rifleman for favorite mechs. Is that the trifecta? Awesome's usually number 1. Depends on the day you ask me. Dervish almost lost an arm. Alright, all we got was some stuff. Speak to Fahad. Where the Z? Let's click through this as quickly as possible.
Mate, of course he doesn't help you pilots treat them like that. Oh.
Yep. That's enough of that. Now we'll go up and talk to Rihanna.
Commander, we're trying to home in.
That's great.
Spears has been
Right.
working closely with me.
Rihanna, using the information you sent me, and by I was hoping to pinpoint my gamble, paid off. It appears that
gamble
Forces recently seized a refinery from a
Paid
private
off.
consortium.
I think this guy does one of the voices for the BattleTech too. I was watching. Who was I watching the other day? I was watching somebody on Twitch.
A high-value target. By attacking it, you can deliver Inferno the first blow of many on your.
Anyway, I was watching somebody play, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's Spears." I hadn't noticed it before.
I've started. Good hunt.
Yeah, let's kick through all that. All right. So we're back to increased contracts. We do have a first strike here. We'll close that. Where is that on the star map? Uprising, industry. I don't know. Let's go operations. Stats, objective log. First strike. Where we're at? No. I'll figure it out. Meanwhile, I'm going to run a couple missions here, see if we can pick up this to finish off our Cantina mission. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. Do I have something? No, it's the something on the camera. It's the display. There's like a little black thing, like right here. It's the edge of the audio bars, but because I wasn't talking loud enough, you couldn't see the skeleton, just the end of it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers.